You sit down, buckle in, and immediately feel it, that familiar squeeze. This isn't just a flight, this is 14 hours trapped in a metal tube with recycled air that dries your skin, a seat that seems designed to punish your spine, and neighbors whose elbows somehow invade your personal space like clockwork. Sound familiar? Here's the kicker. It doesn't have to be pure misery. With a few smart insider moves that seasoned travelers swear by, you can step off that plane tired, sure, but not wrecked. And the best part? No upgrades, no magic passes, no secret airline loopholes, just choices that actually matter. Number 1. Pick the right seat or suffer. The first and arguably most critical move doesn't even start in the air. It starts with your seat. Pick wrong, and every tip, every pillow, every snack you packed will barely scratch the surface of discomfort. Pick right, and you're already halfway to surviving a long haul like a pro. Most airlines let you choose your seat as soon as online check-in opens, but timing is everything. Some open 24 hours before departure, some 48. Miss it, and the decent spots vanish faster than free peanuts on a red-eye. Treat it like scoring front-row concert tickets, not a casual afterthought. And don't just click the first available seat. Use tools like Aero Lopa to see which rows won't recline, which are trapped next to galleys, and which offer sneaky legroom. Want to sleep without interruptions? Window seats are your best friend, a wall to lean on and zero bathroom traffic. Prefer roaming or stretching? The aisle is your savior. Exit rows? Space galore, but lose under-seat storage and fixed armrests. Here's a pro tip most overlook. Some back row seats still recline, and no one sits behind you to complain when you lean back. Comfort begins with the seat you claim. Nail that, and the entire flight shifts in your favor. Ready for the next insider hack? Brace yourself, it's about to get personal. Number 2, cheat code for pain-free leg. You know that moment mid-flight when you stand up for the bathroom and your legs feel like they've been shrink-wrapped? Ankles stiff, knees whining, feet that could have their own Yelp review. That's the brutal reality of 35,000 feet in a metal tube. Enter compression socks, the unsung heroes of long-haul survival. They don't win style points, but they do something magical. They keep your legs from plotting a full-on mutiny. Swelling? Gone. Circulation? Boosted. And bonus, they double as heaters. At cruising altitude, the cabin can feel like the Arctic, and warm feet trick your body into thinking the ride is far more comfortable than it actually is. Flight crews joke about it. If you see someone snoozing peacefully halfway through a red-eye, chances are they packed socks. Here's the real secret. Frequent flyers put them on right after takeoff. Not for fashion, not to impress. They've simply learned the hard way that landing with legs that feel human is worth every ounce of prep. Slip a pair on, forget about them, and your legs will thank you hours later. But legs are only half the battle. Even with perfect circulation, a frozen spine and locked up hips are waiting to ruin your flight. The solution? Tiny, stealthy movement. You don't need to start doing lunges in the aisle, but standing, stretching, and sneaking trips to the galley every couple of hours transforms your body. Even if you're pinned in a window seat, flex your toes, circle your ankles, lift one knee at a time. Invisible to fellow passengers, but a game changer for your circulation. And here's an overlooked gem. Many airlines include seatback wellness videos. You've probably ignored them as filler content, but when your back is screaming after 10 hours, a 2-minute guided stretch can reset your body enough to actually rest. Think of it as in-flight medicine. Micro movement now, better sleep later. Number 3, sleep like a pro in economy. Here's the truth. Sleeping in economy doesn't require magic, but it does demand strategy. People who manage to snooze through a 12-14 hour haul don't have superhuman endurance. They know how to set the stage. Start with the obvious, your seat. Those little adjustable headrest wings aren't decoration. Fold them in and suddenly your head stops bobbing like a dashboard toy. That flimsy airline pillow? Forget it. Slide it behind your lower back, and your torture device transforms into a manageable support. Small tweaks, but they compound into hours of comfort. Few notice this one. Many seats have hidden buttons under the armrest that lift it slightly. Pop it up and you gain extra lean space or room to share with a travel buddy. Bring your own gear. A real eye mask, not a napkin on elastic, and a scarf that doubles as a blanket, privacy curtain, or neck warmer. Here's a pro move that almost nobody talks about. Slide your personal bag behind your calves. It acts as a footrest, gives extra leg room, and no one even notices. I tested it on a 10-hour JFK Heathrow run. By the time we landed, my legs felt like premium economy. Now, the biggest annoyance mid-flight, crew interruptions, tap-tap of the seatbelt check, the unwanted chicken or pasta. These wake-ups are preventable. Here's the fix. Buckle your seatbelt over your blanket or jacket, not underneath. Weird looking? Maybe. Effective? Absolutely. Flight attendants can see you're strapped in and your nap stays unbroken. And here's another sneaky tip. If you plan to skip a meal, lower your tray table before closing your eyes. That way, when the cart arrives, it doesn't wake you mid-dream. Simple, almost laughably small, but it's the difference between a few stolen minutes of sleep and tossing and turning like the rest of the cabin. By stacking these tiny adjustments, headrest, lumbar support, armrest lift, footrest trick, eye mask, blanket, seatbelt over the top, you transform economy from a punishment chamber into a surprisingly rest-friendly environment. Number 4. Silence the chaos, own your cabin. Let's be honest, silence in economy is a rare luxury. Crying infants, chatty neighbors, laptops, blasting action movies, it all stacks up. But here's the kicker, you don't need a soundproof cabin to reclaim peace. Noise-canceling headphones are your weapon of choice. I once flew Chicago to Frankfurt next to a guy streaming an action movie at full volume. Chaos everywhere, until I slipped on my ANC headset and hit play on lo-fi beats. Suddenly, the roar of the cabin collapsed into a soft hush. Same flight, same chaos, completely different experience. Want to level up even more? Combine tricks. Earplugs inside light headphones over the top. Looks funny? Works brilliantly. Your brain forgets the noise, your body relaxes, and when your flight lands, you step off calmer, sharper, and far less cranky. Quiet is no longer luxury, it's survival. Next, entertainment isn't just about blocking noise, it's about controlling your experience. Create a flight-only stash. That new series you've been dying to binge, that podcast everyone raves about, hold it for the flight. Pair it with TSA-approved snacks and a cup of tea from your thermos, and suddenly, economy isn't just a seat, it's your private cinema. DIY hacks amplify the effect. A pop socket on your phone doubles as a stand. Flip sunglasses upside down as a makeshift holder. Even a small clear plastic bag hung from the tray latch works to secure your screen. Yes, it looks quirky, yes, fellow passengers might glance sideways, but it's effective. The payoff? You're not fighting boredom, you're curating an experience. The cabin noise fades, the chaos dissolves, and suddenly hours in economy feel like a controlled mini-adventure. Number 5. Eat, drink, don't regret it. Even if you've nailed sleep and noise, one wrong bite or sip can turn your flight into a nightmare. The cabin is a dehydrating, pressurized environment, and your body doesn't forgive mistakes. First, the food. Airline trays arrive at the worst possible time. Midnight pasta, dawn curry, or mystery casseroles that sit heavy in your stomach for hours. Heavy, greasy, or salty meals? Skip them. Your stomach is already on high alert, and unfamiliar dishes can leave you bloated, uncomfortable, or worse, racing the aisle to the lave. Opt for light, familiar options. A plain sandwich, a handful of unsalted nuts, or a soft granola bar. Pack your own snacks because cabin crackers and chips only dry you out more. Drinks are equally critical. Alcohol and caffeine are sneaky saboteurs. They pull water out of your system when you need it most. One viewer shared a horror story. 2 glasses of wine before a late-night transatlantic flight led to 7 hours of pounding headache and 0 sleep. Instead, hydrate strategically. Aim for 1 cup of water every 60-90 minutes, roughly 8 ounces. For an extra edge, toss in an electrolyte packet once or twice. It's like hitting a reset button mid-air, keeping your body balanced, your skin less parched, and your energy steadier. The combination of light food and consistent hydration makes the difference between stepping off the plain human versus like a wrung-out sponge. And here's an under-the-radar move: bring a thermos. Forget flimsy plastic bottles that warm instantly. A wide-mouth thermos keeps water icy cold or tea steaming hot. doubles as a foot warmer or mini snack prep station, and transforms your hydration from a scramble into a strategy. Instant oatmeal at 3 a.m., hot miso soup mid-red-eye, the cabin chaos doesn't matter, you're in control. Number 6, your underseat survival kit. You've survived noise, sleep, and food, but now comes the subtle enemy, disorganization. Cramped overhead bins are the death of sanity. 3 hours in, and the stuff you actually need is locked away above your head. You either perform awkward aisle yoga to retrieve it, or become the rou's most annoying passenger. The fix? A small survival kit under the seat in front of you. Not a second carry-on, just a slim pouch or tote with essentials. Headphones, snacks, charger, lip balm, travel toothbrush. Think of it as your mid-air command center. Once I learned this after a rookie mistake on my first long haul, I never looked back. No digging, no fumbling, no disturbing neighbors, just calm, organized access to what matters. Pro tip, choose a bag that's soft and flexible, sliding under the seat without stealing legroom. Compartments are your friend, no dumping out half the kit to find earbuds. A simple setup keeps you organized, sane, and far less stressed halfway across the ocean. Now let's talk about the air itself. Economy cabin air is a desert. Lips chapped, skin itchy, nose dry. You don't have to suffer. A small trick works wonders. Dab a cotton swab in a thick balm or ointment, zip it in a little bag, and swirl it gently inside each nostril. Odd? Sure. Effective? Absolutely. Reddit travelers swear by it. It can even stop mid-flight nosebleeds. Finally, medications. Follow the 48-hour rule. Anything you may need in the next 2 days stays in your carry-on, ideally in your underseat kit. Flights get rerouted, connections vanish, and lost luggage isn't your problem, but being unprepared is. Keep meds labeled and accessible, and you'll step off the plane feeling human, not stranded. Number 7, dress smart, land fresh. Comfort in economy doesn't start at the seat, it starts with what you wear. The cabin is a fickle climate, 1 minute a freezer, the next a sauna. That sharp outfit you picked at check-in? 3 hours in, it can feel like medieval torture. Seasoned travelers know layers win every time. Soft, breathable joggers or loose pants let your legs move freely. A light t-shirt under a hoodie or zip-up jacket gives you options as temperatures fluctuate. And the MVP? A large, lightweight scarf. Call it your Swiss Army knife, blanket, pillow, neck warmer, even an emergency eye mask. One item, 5 problems solved, all before the seatbelt sign goes off. Avoid traps, skinny jeans, stiff belts, zippers, chains. They don't just restrict movement, they turn your seat into a medieval device of misery. On long hauls, nobody wins style points for surviving in denim straitjackets. Here's the game changer, a quick change kit. Fresh socks, clean underwear, maybe a spare shirt. Swap into them an hour before landing. Everyone else shuffles off looking rumpled. You step off feeling reset, ready for selfies, meetings, or that first adventure in your destination. Think of it as a secret cheat code that makes the difference between walking off exhausted or walking off alive and refreshed. Number 8, move like a cabin ninja. Airplane bathrooms are a nightmare if you wait for the crowd. The moment the seatbelt sign flickers off, the stampede begins. 2 hours after a meal service, a conga line snakes down the aisle, miserable. Smart flyers do it differently. Go early, go strategically. Use the terminal bathrooms before boarding. They're cleaner, bigger, and turbulence-free. On board, time your brakes when the carts roll out. Everyone else is trapped with trays, you glide through the aisle like you hacked the system. The difference isn't luck, it's planning and observation. It's not just about avoiding lines. The cabin has subtle rhythms, noise spikes, meal services, turbulence cycles. Watch them. Move opposite the crowd. Stand, stretch, or sip water while the rest of the cabin is stuck. Suddenly, the journey feels smoother, your energy steadier, and you step off calmer and sharper. Even with kids on board, small comforts make a huge difference. A favorite toy, a tiny blanket, or familiar snacks can calm a meltdown in seconds. Instead of brute force survival, think micro-entertainment and pacing. Parents who rotate shifts and give each adult a 10-minute reset end up less frazzled, and the kids sense it too. Flying with children can still be chaotic, but it doesn't have to feel like a rescue mission. Number 9, hack your body clock. The silent enemy waits at your destination. jet lag. It doesn't care if you're 25 or 65, it hits like a brick wall. But seasoned travelers don't just hope for the best, they prepare. A few days before departure, adjust your sleep schedule toward your destination. Earlier if flying east, later if heading west. Your body notices. It's subtle, but it sets the stage for faster adaptation. Once on board, reset your devices and mindset immediately. Change your watch or phone to local time. Eat and sleep according to that clock. Trick your brain into syncing with the destination before you even land. Need an extra edge? Tools like Time Shifter or Uplift provide step-by-step guidance, when to nap, when to seek light, and when to avoid it. Thousands of frequent flyers swear by them. Jet lag isn't unbeatable, it's a puzzle. Solve it correctly, and you step off the plane ready to explore instead of collapse. Small choices make a huge difference. Hydration, food, movement, clothing, timing, every single one stacks up. Land feeling human, sharp, and ready, instead of dazed and disoriented. That first step off the plane should feel like the start of an adventure, not the end of a grueling ordeal. Here's the truth. Surviving a long haul in economy isn't about luck. It's about stacking the right moves in your favor, one choice at a time. From the moment you pick your seat, whether a window for uninterrupted sleep or an aisle to roam freely, to slipping on compression socks and sneaking in micro stretches, every decision compounds. Adjust your headrest, tuck that blanket behind your lower back, slide your personal bag behind your calves, and suddenly hours of cramped misery transform into a manageable, even surprisingly comfortable experience. Noise and chaos? With a pair of ANC headphones or the layered earplug trick, you reclaim control over your environment, turning a screaming cabin into your own private cinema. Pair that with a carefully curated flight-only playlist or binge stash, and the hours dissolve faster than you ever imagined. Light, familiar snacks, and consistent hydration keep your body from rebelling midair, while a thermos with tea or soup becomes a subtle but powerful upgrade your seatmate will envy. Clothing and quick change kits let you arrive ready to face the world instead of feeling like a wrung-out sponge. Even bathroom timing and pacing, moving opposite the crowd, choosing quiet moments, can make the difference between chaos and calm, whether you're traveling solo or with kids in tow. And finally, if you've prepared for jet lag, nudging your sleep schedule before departure, syncing your devices, and following strategic in-flight naps and meals, you'll step off the plane ready to explore instead of collapse. Every small choice adds up. Miss one and you feel it. Nail them all, and economy becomes something you can handle, even enjoy in moments. Now I want to hear from you. What's the worst long-haul mistake you've made, and what's the smartest trick you've discovered to survive? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone. If these tips saved you from stiff knees, endless bathroom lines, or zero sleep, hit like, share with that friend who always ends up in the middle seat, and subscribe for backup strategies on your next flight. Every move counts, and with the right preparation, your next journey can be smoother, quieter, and just a little more comfortable.